And our next group is Senior AIDIS.
Hi everyone, I'm Hannah Jackson and I'm interning with the Department of Administration.
Hi everyone, my name is Sydney Holmes and I've had the pleasure of interning with the Department of Natural and Cultural Resources.
And my name is Tanisha Gogoy, and I've had the pleasure with interning with the Department of Commerce. And this is our group presenting to you Parks and Recreation by Senior AIDIS. So just recently, I attended the 4th of July Cocoa Booth event at the park. And this was supposed to be a very fun and relaxing night for me and my friends. We were gonna look at all the fireworks, try some of the food at the food trucks, and have a good time overall. However, I was having trouble getting to the event itself. I was stuck in heavy traffic because everyone around me was going to the same event as I was. It was pretty dark outside, so I couldn't see all the pedestrians walking around. And by the time I got there, all of the parking spots were full, and I had to circle around for at least 15 minutes to secure a spot. And this made me wonder, what are some ways that event planners can create more efficient transportation routing for big-scale events like these? So I talked to my group about this, and we wanted to figure out a way to leverage AI to plan routes for setting up and supporting mobile events in parks. And so we created an AI app to solve this problem. However, before we introduce our app and provide you with our solution, we want to go over a couple of the problems that we identified.
One of the most pressing issues when looking at large-scale events, such as the July 4th event in Cocoa Booth Amphitheater, is traffic congestion. Every year, thousands of people flock to this event for a night of celebration, fun, and food trucks. But while the event is festive, the traffic getting there is often everything but it. Behind the scenes, congestion can affect nearly every part of event logistics, from the delivery of equipment to staff arrivals and public accessibility. To put this into perspective, the typical US driver loses about 51 hours per year to traffic congestion, which is about 1 hour each week. Now imagine that level of delay applied to a large-scale event such as this. The sanitation vehicles, food vendors, and sound teams, all of whom are expected to be on place on time, are now delayed. And it's not just about the time. These delays can cause a ripple effect across the entire operation. Equipment deliveries get pushed back, staff are forced to rush, events may start late, and critical safety and emergency vehicles won't be able to arrive on time. Even attendees who are stuck in traffic may miss key parts of the celebration or decide to turn back in general. What makes it more complicated is that roads leading up to the event, such as Chiron Road and Regency Parkway, are already heavily congested areas, especially during the holiday times. So the best laid out plans, if not executed perfectly, can fall apart. Right now, most of our logistics rely on static mapping, which is based on planned days in advance and based on assumptions. But as you know, traffic is fluid. One accident, one lane closure can change everything. And without a system that can adjust in real time, we're often left scrambling.
One additional issue associated with getting to parks and recreation events is weather. Rain, snow, and other adverse weather events can lead to decreased visibility, causing drivers to not be able to clearly see the road. These fears can cause people to not want to get in a crash, leading them to not try to attend parks and recreation events in the first place, like a community movie night or a pop-up library event. On the other hand, some people will try and get in their cars and go to community events, but unfortunately, they will end up in a crash due to not seeing potholes or low shoulders or other dangerous road conditions. These can cause personal injuries and cause more trouble and hassle, such as medical bills, time off work, all because people wanted to attend these community events. Another issue related to weather is road closures. Due to weather-related incidents, roads can either be closed or have traffic slowdowns, causing more traffic than usual and a longer time to get to an event. According to the United States Department of Transportation, in heavy snow, freeway speeds can decrease by 5 to 40%, and in heavy rain, freeway speeds can decrease by 6 to 17%, causing people to either miss their events or get there right when it's about to be over. One additional issue is event cancellations. Inclement weather can cause events to either be canceled, rescheduled, or moved to a different location. Currently, these changes may not be updated efficiently and quickly for people to be able to change their plans. This would put people through intense weather and traffic, all to find out that the event is not occurring at that location or at that time. According to Pew Center research, 16% of adults have lifestyle changes due to adverse weather, meaning that places are harder to get to and plans and routes may have to be changed due to this weather as well.
Additionally, another problem that we identified was parking. Normally, the root cause for all of these parking problems stems from the fact that there's a limited amount of space in these parking venues. Especially in events with high attendance, there becomes an overflow of attendees, and sometimes these venues can't accommodate for all of these members. This can sometimes lead to disorganized parking, people parking in areas where they're not supposed to, and a lot of people circling around to find a parking spot. From this problem, a whole chain reaction of negative consequences can occur. Firstly, this leads to a lot of congestion in the lots. As people are circling around to find parking spots, they end up blocking the entrances and exits to the events. From here, this leads to more time wasted as people are trying to find their parking spots. And sometimes this can lead to them being late to their events and leads them to miss out on the fun activities that they wanted to go to. Additionally, this leads to an increased amount of carbon emissions overall. As drivers are stuck in congestion and are trying to find parking spots, they leave their engines running on for longer amounts of time, releasing carbon emissions in the air if that car is running on gas. And overall, this creates a very poor experience for the drivers because they are spending their time trying to find these events, book them, and dress up and get ready to have a fun time, only to be stuck within all of these parking problems.
With all of these challenges, it became evident that traditional planning wasn't enough. We needed a tool that could adapt in real time, think ahead, and help us to make smarter, faster decisions. That's why we created RecRoute, an AI-powered route planner specifically designed for park and recreation mobile event logistics. RecRoute is not just a GPS. It is a smart assistant that takes into account unique demands of public events and creates optimized, real-time routes for both staff and event attendees. This is an example of our homepage. Using location services, RecRoute will recommend events that are closest to the user, or users can search via zip code if the event that they're planning to go to is farther away. People will then be prompted to choose their favorite event. In the next slides, we will explore how RecRoute tackles challenges, and we will try and recreate the Cocoa Booth firework event with our proposed solutions for traffic patterns.
So how exactly does RecRoute help congestion problems? One of the key tools this AI uses is intelligent timing. RecRoute uses real and historical traffic data to determine the best time to leave for any location, whether it's an equipment truck leaving a city, facility, or a staff shuttle heading to the amphitheater. The AI tool calculates the most efficient departure time, not just based on distance, but on predicted congestion patterns. For example, in the animation shown, RecRoute uses the best available data to produce the most efficient route while also highlighting road closures. But it doesn't just stop there. If traffic builds up suddenly, say due to an accident or road closure, RecRoute automatically reroutes vehicles using the fastest available option to ensure minimal delays. Another key feature is staggered routing recommendations. Instead of having all trucks and personnel arrive at the same time, which establishes a bottleneck, RecRoute can stagger arrival windows based on current road conditions, which ensures a steady and manageable flow to the event site. This AI also prioritizes certain vehicles, like those such as police cars, fire trucks, and ambulances. If delays are unavoidable, RecRoute makes sure that the most critical deliveries still arrive on time while rerouting less essential ones to avoid congestion-heavy zones. And because the system is centralized, event coordinators can see all vehicle locations and route statuses on their dashboard. Here's an example of a sample screen from the RecRoute app that shows live event vehicle traffic. Event coordinators are able to see their vehicles that are incoming transportation with their estimated time of arrival, current location, and their drop-off status. This provides an organized layout to ensure that the event is properly organized.
RecRoute also has solutions that deal with issues with weather. Our AI program will allow us to analyze past traffic patterns on roads during inclement weather events and recommend the fastest, safest route to take. This will be based on GIS, which stands for Geographic Information Systems. This will allow AI to examine past road behaviors and give users the best route. It will also detect danger, such as car crashes and traffic slowdowns, in order to ensure driver safety. During inclement weather, drivers cannot entirely see the road dangers, and RecRoute will detect, alert, and ensure that there will be no swerving or running over road obstructions for users to safely get to their event. RecRoute also will update inclement weather for event closures. If people go to the event and see it shut down, relocated, or over, RecRoute will prevent this by allowing users to put in their desired event location so they will be informed on the status, such as a location or time of the event to be changed.
Now, to solve the parking problem, our AI will follow a 3-step method to ensure that parking flows as smoothly as possible. Now, the very first step to this method is to have parking predictions. Our AI model will use past historical evidence based on historical attendance and social media activity to track and forecast how many members will show up to the event. Based on this, they will show which parking spots are open and recommend the best times for attendees to come to these events. They will give out pre-alerts based on different congestion problems and open parking spots. This will allow for members to know where they're going and reduce any confusion in the process. Now, the second step is to implement a pre-reserved parking system. As in the area, there will be live cameras in the parking venue, which will track which cars are going in and out of the area. And as a result from this, they can see which cars and parking spaces are open. From here, this live footage will connect to our AI app, and it will track which parking spots are open. And then from here, the user can select which parking spots they want to book ahead of time. And if they have to pay for the spot, they can also purchase online to make the process a lot more efficient and smoother. In addition to this, if the parking venue is all full, then our app will redirect you to another parking location which is nearby your event. And furthermore, if you do not reserve your spot within a certain amount of time, then the spot will open up for another member to use and book ahead of time. This will reduce any need for confusion, and drivers will know where to go to the event without causing more congestion and traffic problems. And lastly, the third step is to implement a license plate recognition system. For security reasons, members and users of the app will provide their license plate to the app, and then from the actual parking event venue, there will be technology that will be tracking which license plates are coming in and out. And it will match that license plate number to the one that you registered online through our app. And based on whether you have made a reservation or not, it will allow you to enter the parking lot if you have, and it will deny your access if you haven't. Through this method, this will encourage all members and attendees for all of these events to install the app and ensure that they have parked and reserved their spots ahead of time to clear up any confusion and make sure that everything runs as efficiently and smoothly as possible.
While brainstorming our ideas, there were also multiple other factors that we had taken into consideration. The first one being mobility issues. Many times, people with mobility issues end up going to the event but have no way to get into the event as there is no wheelchair accessible entrance for them to enter into. RecRoute has a solution for this by making an option for a route specifically to wheelchair accessible entrances or to reserve handicap parking straight from the app, which ensures that users with mobility issues have a good time and do not have to worry about not being able to attend the event that they had intended to go to. Another issue is incorrect information. We are aware that AI does not always have correct information, and to prevent this, RecRoute will have a human support center that actively checks information and makes sure that it is correct for all users. It will also have a toll-free number that users can call to allow them to ask questions or to report anything that our AI system may have missed.
All in all, RecRoute will be able to solve the issues of traffic congestion, weather, and parking to ensure the most efficient route to any mobile event. Thank you.
you.